like a little self-introduction and how long you've been doing this in IRL and in VR.
Okay. My name is AURAL UMBRA. I've been playing live for 2 years. I've been doing it in VR since 2018, roughly. So, long time ago.
I'm Ghost Data. I've been writing music for about 12 years now, performing it as well. I played VR chat a couple times in 2019, off and on shows, and yeah, I just kind of focus on writing music for a living.
Okay, so you guys have been around VR for a little bit, right? Was there a single moment where it kind of hit, like, oh, this is magic, this is something else, this is something different? Was there like an exact aha moment for you guys? And if so, would you share with
VR?
Yeah. I like the fact that everyone all over the world can kind of conglomerate to one particular world, and you can get their culture and, you know, their personality of someone that you would never have the chance to meet, per se. I think that's really cool, especially people being in full body. Their body language, seeing their body language is being across a different country, you know, like thousands of miles away. Normally you'd have to pay thousands of dollars, and for that you can do it at the click of a button. So I think that's really cool.
I think it was when I played, I don't know if it was one of Castle's events, but I remember the venue being like really cool. I don't know, I was just like, you probably couldn't do this kind of thing in real life, and it's just really cool that there's like a space where creatives can go and like have an experience that you wouldn't otherwise have in like real life like space. And it was, I joined during like COVID, so it was especially like mind-blowing to me. Yeah, and at the time I just thought it was really cool that you could like go into this world with a bunch of real people and just like listen to dance music and like meet all these interesting people from all over the world. And then like even meeting some of them IRL and like, I don't know. It's very like...
You met me IRL.
Yeah, I did. I met you on VR chat, and then we met IRL, yeah. So yeah, I don't know, it's just... For me, it was more of like, I can have an in-depth, cool conversation with someone interesting because VR chat allows so many different types of people to join that game versus like, I don't know, going to a bar and, you know, it's just not the same, you know? Like, for me, it was finding connections with people that I could have a real conversation with. And then, like, connecting with them through music as well was just like, I don't know, it was a perfect storm. Like, for COVID, too, you know? Like, it was, everything kind of just, like, worked out.
Okay, here's a fun one. How long have y'all known each other?
I don't know.
4 years.
4 years.
4 years.
Okay, hopefully this doesn't burn any bridges.
4 years, yeah.
If you had to give each other like so I believe it's called a epithet, which is like a little title after their name. So like something the wise, something the mad. What would you give each other? You can be as honest as you want.
For our real names or our superhero names?
Our stage names?
Yeah, use your stage names.
Okay.
God, we're just strippers now.
Yeah, my stripper name. Maybe... Aural Umbra the Cumbra. I don't know.
Ghost Data the Rata.
Yeah. Ghost Data the Rata.
Oh, there you
It's
go.
a hard one.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know.
It's really hard.
It's easy if you're playing World of Warcraft because there's so many titles and shit on there. Maybe Aural Umbra. I don't know. I'll just shit on you if I think of anything.
Just do it. I don't give a shit.
I don't know. Aural Umbra the tired.
I am very tired all the time.
And you could give me like Ghost Data the
Ghost
sleepy. I want to go home right now. But my CDJs are here, so I can't leave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're pretty basic when it comes to this shit.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. What about pre-rituals and post celebrations? Do you have anything that you just
Before a show?
Yeah, before
Hell
and after.
yeah, taking a fat shit.
Taking a shit.
Taking a shit, yeah, that pre-show shit gets rid of so much anxiety. It's not even funny. Making sure there's like a shit ton of water and drinking water before a set, that helps.
During a set. After a set.
After a set?
Yeah, after a set, I just go home, eat,
If it's
sleep.
not food, then it's going home and going straight to sleep.
Yeah.
I don't go to like any afters anymore. I'm too tired.
Yeah.
I just want to go to sleep. Yeah. Definitely the pre-show shit though. Like, yeah, absolutely.
We were pooping.
Bro, like,
We were pooping at the same time today.
yeah, we literally like synced up our shits.
That's
And then I felt better and I was like, all right, I'm ready to play now.
Since you've been playing for a while, what's a compliment, right? Somebody tells you something that you absolutely love, like they hit the nail right there, bullseye.
What's a compliment?
Yeah.
That we like.
Yeah, that you love, that like it succeeds all of the other ones you've gotten.
When they say they like any track other than Full Bodied and Project Melody. That's the best thing you could say to me.
That's my favorite.
That's my favorite compliment. If you give me any other like song that you like that I've made and it's not those two, I'll be so happy. If you walk up to me and be like, oh man, Full Body, I'm like, yeah, that's a hoot. Everyone listens to it so much and I've written other shit, you know, like go listen to the new shit, like please.
I think for me, since I'm kind of new to the whole music production thing, I think it's really awesome when anyone likes the track that I've made. Because I'm still kind of new to it. So any compliment towards that is super cool.
It's a really good one.
Yeah.
I feel that.
Yeah.
Okay, so is there anybody that you admire professionally, and then which traits do you like draw to the most?
I like Deadmau5.
Hold on, I gotta get the zoom in. That was so dramatic.
I like Deadmau5.
Amazing.
Same, I like Deadmau5 too.
Yeah.
He's a huge inspiration.
Deadmau5 is the reason why I'm alive.
It's the reason why I started writing, like,
yeah.
I started making like progressive house and stuff, so it's really cool seeing all he's done throughout the years, and it like makes me want to do not similar stuff, but to like put as much effort into like what I want my music to be, you know, because like I don't know, I feel like it matters to me anyways.
Yeah,
what I want it to be.
I just like the vastness of his music and the way that he can, just kind of turn and flick at the dime and do any genre that he wants. It's kind of insane. To have that creative freedom and people still follow you is
pretty cool.
Amazing and really cool. Not a lot of people can pull that off.
Piggybacking on that, if you were gonna talk to somebody that's starting out or thinking about starting out, maybe what would you tell them to do, to not do, and kind of the pitfalls and the successes?
Don't do it for money.
Yeah.
Do not expect to make this a career. Do not quit your day job.
No.
You have to understand that like this is an extremely hard business to like be successful in because it's so oversaturated. So you should not go in there wanting to be like the next Skrillex, you know? You should do it because it's fun and you enjoy it. And all the other stuff comes after. Like if you're pinning on like making this a career, like you're just gonna like hate
You're
yourself.
in it for the wrong reasons.
Yeah, I mean it's nice if you want to do that, and there are ways to doing it. It's extremely hard, and like not a lot of people make it. So like if you go in with this is just fun, I'm just gonna do this because it's fun, then you don't really lose anything. If it works out and you make it a career, then that's like a bonus to you already just liking to do the thing.
Yeah.
I think.
I agree.
Also, pick a good fucking name. If you Google your stupid name and some other person has it, try again. Like,
yep,
that's gonna shit on you super hard later because you never know who has a trademark and who doesn't. There are so many names out there. Like, just think on it, and then snag those socials.
It took me 3 times
Yeah.
It took me 3 times. And,
Now you got a good one.
The one before the last one was horrible. So I really made sure and I really thought about it and picked a good one.
Yeah.
Also, if you're gonna write music, pour your heart and soul into it. Like, tell a story. Like, it doesn't even have to translate perfectly to something that you've done in life, but like, if you've had, you know, an angry moment, a sad moment, an uplifting moment, anything like that, write about it. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's also like, if you try to write music for the like validation of other people, you're just never gonna be happy. Like, it's so much easier on your like heart and your brain if you just write because it's fun. Because like, if the only person you want to impress and make happy is yourself, like, you don't ever have to worry about like being invalidated or like needing the attention from someone else. It's just you liking the thing, and then other people liking it is just a bonus to you already liking the thing that you made.
Yeah.
Which is like way more important than like wanting people to like your shit, I think.
No, I agree. Oh, 1000%.
Let's shift gears a little bit and talk about kind of the current state of the scene that you're in, RL and VR, and what criticisms that you have. Like, what do you hate the most, and can you spin it? Are you able to spin it in a way
You
that
came
it
to
can
the
be
right
fixed?
guy. I got a lot of complaints.
All yours.
I'll let you go first.
Okay.
I'll charge up my Buster Sword while you're going.
Okay. State of IRL. I think the problem that I have, God, I can't say this though.
Tell me, whisper it. You can say that, whatever.
Yeah? Okay, whatever.
I'll say it for you.
Okay, no, I'll say it.
Okay, you go ahead.
I'll say it.
Yeah, you say it, yeah.
What I dislike is that, I'll make it really vague. What I dislike is that the scene IRL is heavily commercialized.
And commodified.
And commodified. It is severely difficult to get on, let's say, this is very shot in the dark, EDC or like Imagine or Lost Lands. With those venues or those festivals, it's who you know. And it's super difficult because you can't get along with everyone. You're gonna run into someone who you butt heads with. It is just impossible for you to get along with everyone. It's not all hunky-dory. That's my sense on the IRL side. On the VR side, I dislike that a lot of people drink very heavily. Very heavily. It is bad.
Yeah,
and
alcoholism.
people can boo me all they want because I drink on occasion.
You have a fucking problem. Sorry, dude.
But
like, straight up.
I just
That's
don't
the
want
problem.
to cheers every 10 seconds. I don't want to get shit-faced. I just want to casually have like a beer and hang out with my friends. And then, it becomes this repetitive drunk people problem where they become annoying and in your face. And it's been an issue for the past, forever. Another thing is that a lot of people get trapped in VR, and I'll kind of talk about that a little bit. The reason why I say trapped is that they feel comfortable enough to stay in VR and only in VR, and not want to go, to an actual club and experience that for once. There is a lot cooler things than VR. VR is great and all. I love VR, and I have full body. I've been fucking playing for 2017, 7 years. God, 7 years. But I feel like people need to, branch out more. Like, hey, you have a friend in VR? Ask them to go do something in real life with you. I mean, that's how we met. I didn't want to hang out in VR. We lived
You were downtown.
Yeah, we lived
met
like
at-
an hour
we met a guy
away
like
from each
Hibachi
other.
or something.
Yeah,
It was
we met
great.
and got a hibachi.
It was great.
So, I mean, we made a huge friendship on that. And I feel like more people should do that. That's my 2 cents.
Just to tag on that, I'll start from VR chat and then go to IRL. Yeah, same thing. There's a major alcoholism problem, and that's people can people already know I'm super vocal about it. Like people who hate me for it, and that's fair, man. But like, there's a point where you are not just having a drink with your friends. You are in your house, drinking every single night, getting shit-faced every single night, and you aren't moving forward in your life. Like Umbra said, there are people in VR chat who are they're stuck.
It's like a bubble.
They're emotionally, socially, and spiritually stuck as people. And VR chat makes it really, really easy to not notice that because of how comfortable it can be, how comfortable in your skin you can be, and your VR skin, how easy it is to communicate with people when they can't actually see what you're doing and like your face, very intimate stuff like that. But I feel like for some people it becomes like a trap. Like they just can't get out, and I feel for them because the most they want is obviously to socialize because it's a social game. I think if people just kind of touched grass every now and again, they could meet new people and they would be able to fill that like void in them that they look and try to fill with VR chat, especially with alcohol, with drugs. There's just so much wrong in VR chat, and like it's a huge reason I don't really play that much anymore. If I do like VR chat, it'll be like maybe just a hangout or a show. And even then, I don't really like take VR bookings nearly as much as I used to, just because the space and the people in it has just gotten like kind of hard to watch. Like I've seen people
It's very
like on
self-destructive.
their headset still drunk as fuck on the ground, like all contorted and shit. Yeah, goofy, everyone's laughing at it, but it's like I don't see a joke. I see a problem, and I see people who are suffering who don't know how to like cope with their shit, and it's coming out in VR chat, and their friends are enabling that by being like, "Yeah, let's drink, cheers, take a shot, like you'll feel better, like alcohol," and like I get it, but like that's not gonna make you a happier person. That's just gonna keep you stuck in a loop. And I don't know, it's hard seeing that. That's why it's hard to be on VR chat, especially in the music scene, especially in the dance scene. So yeah, I'm not gonna tell people what to do. I don't really go around advocating for people not to drink anymore because I don't care. People are gonna do what they do. But if you're out there and you know you're drinking a lot, man, like
Dial it back.
just dial it back a little bit, man. Like you shouldn't be drinking to feel good. You should be drinking because you feel good and want to feel better. Like I feel like that's a healthy way of doing
That's like great.
like stuff, you
Yeah.
know. As for the IRL scene, I'm not afraid to say it. I think it sucks that like big companies are commodifying and corporatizing, whatever the fuck word, dance music. Disco Johnny, like I worked for them, I was managed by them, and that did not go well. Like it sucks to say, but they're not really in it for the culture. It is a scene and group of people that can be marketed and like given things to make them want to spend money at your thing. It's not like to spread culture. It's not to like have new artists like have their shit played out or like giving opportunities to people. It's just like it's a business. Fair, like that's why they call it the music business, but that has made it so newer artists and people who are on the come up who would probably do well to have a spot at like some small place at some bar or some club. They're just completely out of the eye of those people because they aren't bringing in those numbers. They're not on TikTok. They're not on Instagram. They're not like signed to Spinnin' or Monster Cat or God forbid Mousetrap. Like it is really about who you know, and maybe that's how it always was, and the illusion was thinking that, oh, I can make it if I just work hard, but like, sure you can. I'm like a living proof of that, but like, it is exceedingly hard right now, especially since the industry itself is extremely oversaturated, everyone wants to be a DJ. Like, everyone wants to make music, and that's fair. I'm glad people want to do that, but standing out, like, in an ocean of other people who are also trying to, like, stand out is really hard, you know, because, like I said, it's so easier to get into electronic music now than it ever has been. Technology's improved. Sample packs have improved. Getting, like, presets for Serum and Vital and all that stuff, it's extremely easy to get into that stuff now. The problem is that people get in at face value and they don't realize that it's a lot more work and, like, kind of luck to make it, you know, to make it as an artist and, like, to show your, like, individuality and to stand out. So it's a highly commodified, super oversaturated market. And, like, I feel for younger producers who want to get in, it's just so fucking hard right now. Like, especially, not to, like, just to end the tangent, our you know, economy is extremely bad right now. There are a lot of people who can barely afford, like, rent, like, groceries. So, you know, if you want to have, you know, an edge, you want to get the best sample packs, you want to get the best equipment, you want to get all that stuff. But since it's so hard, like, in the current market, it's just rough. Especially if you don't know people and you don't have money. Because if you have money, you can just pay for the advertisement, you can pay for the marketing, you can pay for the boost on Twitter, you can pay for the boost on Instagram. Like, it is literally pay to win, you know, it's practically a gotcha. But, like, for people's livelihood, because, you know, I get it, like, I know I said you should do it because it's fun and not for a career, but who doesn't want to do this for a living, you know? Like, it's a dream, and, like, that is an extremely hard dream right now.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's because of these big corporations that are taking it over. And I don't want to be like the society guy, but that's just how it is right now. And I don't know, I feel for my fellow musicians who just want to, like, make it, you know? It's tough out there. Not even for just musicians, dude. Like, photographers, videographers, animators, anyone who's in the creative, like, market right now, just artists in general. They're just taking a huge shit right now because all these people are like, if it's not AI, it's Adobe's insane pricing. If it's not Adobe's insane pricing, it's knowing someone so you can play a Disco Donnie show or, like, Insomniac, and, like, even then that's insane because those are huge corporations, like, huge names in the industry. And, like, you know, what is DJ dipshit, you know, who has an amazing sound but barely any followers, how are they going to get their attention? Like, amongst the millions of other people or thousands of other people who are sending in emails to these places like, hey, can I fucking play your show?
I mean, it comes to the example where, like, Sonny Moore, Skrillex, went up to deadmau5 after his show and handed him a USB. Yeah. You could do that, but what is the likelihood of, you know, them looking at your shit and getting out to you?
It's such a gamble, you know.
It's hard. Yeah. It's super hard. Also, that was like 15 years ago. That was a long time ago.
It was different back then.
Yeah, it was a lot different.
Definitely different. Yeah. It's very important to discuss, I think, with my peers and with their peers too, just because I think being aware of what's going on and the changes in the industry can give you an edge on, like, making it here, and at the very least, like, surviving it. Because, like, it is a rough industry. Like, it's a very dirty industry, honestly. Like, there are a lot of really bad things that happen behind the scenes in the rave culture and, like, shows and festivals, and, like, I just wish more people were a little more aware so some of that stuff wouldn't happen, and maybe other people would be more incentivized to stay in, you know, because a lot of people are dipping out. They just don't see the appeal anymore, and they're like, yeah, this is kind of bullshit. I'm wasting my time, and that sucks. Because, like, seeing them give up, that's just, like, hard. Like, if Umbra gave up, I'd be heartbroken. I'd be like, bro, like, you can't, like...
Well, I'm not in it for the money.
Yeah, exactly, but, like, you know,
I'm
seeing
just
people
ready
who's
to
like,
write.
I don't know why I should do it, it's like, they just don't get it. Like,
yeah.
If you pigeonhole yourself into wanting to make it a career, you're gonna get burned. Like,
make it an escape.
Make it, like, some kind of way to express yourself.
Yeah.
Like, if it's for the music and if it's for, like, the money and the, like, chance of making it, like, there's just no guarantee. Like, I don't even know how I made it. Like, I just made a shit ton of music and had fun, and, like, it worked out. Like, I didn't plan shit. I haven't paid any money for advertising ever. It just worked out. So yeah, I feel for them. We just really give a shit. Like, we really want people to, like, keep doing it. Like, I'm on Twitter all the time or on Discord telling my friends, like, hey, release that fucking track, man. Like, release that album. Like, it's good. Just release it. You can't know what's gonna happen if you don't like. That's my biggest like.
A lot of people hold
Like
back.
advice.
Yeah.
Release your thing.
Yeah.
You never know who's gonna fuck with it if you never release it. Like, there's so many tracks that I have that people like. And I'm like, really? I was gonna trash that shit because I didn't like it. And they're like, no, super glad you didn't do it. Like, I really love that song, and it's like, damn, like
that
that
D&B
feels
track.
good. Yeah,
I told you not to get rid of it.
Shit.
I
Yeah,
told
and
you
I
you
was
told
like,
totally put it on
fine.
there.
So,
It's good.
Yeah, like
good.
you never know who's gonna fuck with your shit.
New album
you know?
out the 21st of October.
Yeah, new album out 21st. Ah, jeez. Featuring Umbra, he's in there. Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
There's a saying that I like. 50% of making it is showing up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Because no one's gonna know you exist if you
Yeah.
if you weren't there. So yeah.
Also, like, go back to the IRL scene. For anyone who's new and wanting to start out, go to a local club and like talk to people. Like that's what I did. I would have never met MinistryPromotions. They let me play at Green Elephant just by talking to people. No, I didn't really necessarily fit in the scene because I didn't want to play rhythm, but they let me play. Having
cool.
people see me play, you know, regardless of music genre, was good enough, and people remember me when I go to Green Elephant. They're like, "Holy shit, it's you! I've seen you play before." I mean, that's cool. It's awesome. So
Showing people that you exist,
yeah,
so they are aware of your existence.
yeah.
All right, switching gears to something a little less
Oh,
serious.
dude, anything. It's okay.
Okay.
I do not mind.
All right, so I do notice your tattoos and your shirt. You're a big manga reader, right?
Oh, well, yeah. Oh, dude, I love anime.
The flowers, is that Flowers of Evil?
Yeah.
That's so underground.
Dude, I love Flowers of Evil.
It's so
That's one of
fucking
my favorite
good.
manga/animes.
It's so good. It's so underground.
It's so good.
I love
I
it.
can talk about this anime all day. Like, when I first read it and then watched the anime, I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, super good. Yeah, I love Flowers of Evil. Super good.
So, kind of building on that, what non-musical inspirations have you had that might have bled over into music, or like just your general philosophy in life?
Anime and video games. Super hard, yeah, for me. Finding out who Nobuo Uematsu and Akira Yamaoka, Final Fantasy, Silent Hill, respectively. Mick Gordon, who did the Doom soundtrack. There's just like so many unbelievably talented musicians. Hideki Naganuma from fucking Jet Set Radio, like Akira, Akihiko, Narita, I think. Shoji Meguro, who did the Persona soundtrack. There's just like, there's so many good like video game music out there, like Chrono Trigger, Final Fantasy VI for the SNES, fucking goddamn Death Stranding. Like, there's just so many good fucking games that I played where like an integral part of me being inspired was like hearing the music and like wondering what the fuck, like how did they make this, and then realizing later that a lot of those little like, I don't know, leitmotifs of what made those songs special would like bleed into my shit. Like, I use a lot of choir and like strings and piano in my music because I played a shit ton of Final Fantasy. I have a lot of like cool bass lines and I guess Midtempo-esque stuff because I listened to a lot of the Doom soundtrack when it came out, or I don't know, Blade, and listen to like really grimy like acid techno and stuff. For movies especially too. Anime as well, like god damn, there's so many good anime out there. Playing Cyberpunk, like that game was unbelievable and the soundtrack is fucking killer. So yeah, I definitely think video games and anime and movies kind of helped shape my sound almost. Because I was just so inspired by it because I just never heard shit like that before. So yeah, definitely that for me.
I was in the military, and that kind of made me really numb to a lot of shit, and it took me a lot to realize that there is something other than following a schedule and like removing all emotions from your brain, and you know, it took me a bit to kind of like relapse onto becoming like a normal fucking person again. Now, normal is kind of a broad statement, but normal in my eyes of like being goofy with my friends or like, you know, fucking around and just having a good time. I don't know. It's a really hard question to ask.
Did video games inspire you?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. That's one
video
thing.
Games.
Did you watch a lot of anime? What about movies?
Jurassic Park. I
There
like
you go,
Jurassic Park.
Hell yeah.
I like Jurassic Park.
Hell yeah.
I mean, I would also argue that, like, what are some things that you're inspired by? Games?
I'm not really inspired by games.
You gotta play more shit.
I just like very cinematic shit.
Movies!
Yeah, I just like movies.
Yeah. Movies are a good example.
Like Steven Spielberg, great movie director. I just watch all of his movies. I've loved all of the fucking music compositions that are in those movies. I mean, they're all great. Transformers, Jurassic Park. Oh God, help me out.
Interstellar.
I haven't watched Interstellar.
What?
But I need to watch.
Oh my God!
I need to watch Interstellar. I'm sorry.
Bro, honestly,
We're gonna watch it together.
Watching a shit ton of anime and movies will inspire the fuck out of you. Like,
No, I've
the
watched.
music in the
I've watched some
background will
anime.
it'll attach to you subconsciously.
Cyberpunk was another good one. Shit, I mean, a lot of like the goth industrial scene too, like
That's fair.
just that in general, because I used to go there all the time when I was a kid. Yeah, I mean those are pretty much my inspirations that are non-musical. Just writing about my emotions in general. So yeah.
Kind of off topic, but what branch were you in?
Army.
Army?
Me too.
Really?
Yep.
What'd y'all do?
I was a 94 Fox. At the same time. 1, 2, 3.
94 Echo.
Fox. I did.
But I also transferred. I became a UAV pilot.
I did computer system repair and chemical detection, aka fixing night vision goggles and my sergeant's computers that had porn on it. And they were like, "Why is my computer slow?" I was like, "Cause you keep going to porn websites. Stop doing that." And then I have to fix it, and then they would do it again. I'm like, "Oh, what happened this time? Go to Pornhub again?" It's like, "Yes." It's like, "You're getting viruses. Stop." So I would do that, or I would help Signal too, or like set up like comms and shit.
Yeah.
Because I was the tech guy, and they're like, "You're good with computers, right?" I'm like, "Yeah." They're like, "Okay, come set this up." I'm like, "Okay." I wouldn't even know what the hell I'm setting up, so I'd have to read the manual. I'm like, "Okay, I'll have to do this now." That's what I did.
I fixed radios, literally, all the time. And then I got bored of it and wanted to be a UAV pilot, because that was the only pilot I could be because I was way too tall. I'm 6'4". So, too tall to be anything other than a helicopter pilot, and I didn't want to do that. So, unmanned.
What are you most proud of?
Made it this far alive.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be here if I didn't just keep going, you know? I probably should have not been here in 2022, but somehow I made it, and I'm just really glad that I'm still kicking and doing the thing, you know?
Me too.
It feels good knowing that there are more things in life that I've yet to experience, and even though I've experienced a lot, that there's still a lot about me that I don't know yet, and that I would like to find out.
I'm happy that I have an output for my emotions in making music. I was struggling really hard internally for a lot of shit, and it's become a lot easier to be more vocal about what I'm going through because of that.
That's fair.
Despite all the criticisms that you had about the scene, would you have an overall positive outlook in the future of it, or do you think it's gonna like turn into K-pop, business-wise? or has it already?
Dude, it's just like,
Like, do you see a way out?
There's a possibility, but I feel like it's gonna be really hard. It's because everyone wants to make money.
which is fair.
Everyone wants to make money, and everyone wants to monetize something to continue to make money. Having a thing that you can continuously make money and not have to worry about why change it. So I feel like it's going to be really difficult.
Yeah.
I have hopes, but I wouldn't get my hopes too high.
I mean, like, this is hard, man. Like, there's a lot wrong with the scene. There's a lot of really shitty people in there. There's a lot of things that are being swept under the rug because it does not look good on people. There's a lot of oversaturation in these markets. There's a lot of people doing this for the wrong reasons. And, like, who am I to say what the right reason is? You know, if you want to make your bag, you can make your bag. If this is a business for you, that's fine. You can be a musician and just make it a business. That's so fair. I just think, like, especially with TikTok and, like, not to be back in my day, but, like, you know, people could survive a 5 to 6 minute track because they weren't looking for the next thing to consume. They were just enjoying a thing. And it's really not like that anymore. I remember I actually sent a track to a younger, like, fan of mine, I don't know, 25 or something. And they're like, yeah, this is a really long track. And it was like 5 minutes long. It's like, what is a short track for you? They're like 2 to 3 minutes. And I'm like, so it's just like little things like that where it's like, because I'm not going to say I know what is art and what isn't, because it's so subjective and, like, it's so biased of what that means to people and what that is. But I feel like a lot of people aren't really doing it for, like, the self-expression part. Like, they're kind of just doing it because other people are doing it, or they're doing it because they feel like people will like them or validate their existence, which is like, I understand. But, like, it's just getting worse and worse, especially with, like, the way things are monetized now. Like he said, like, the way TikTok is, Instagram, it's like it incentivizes you to be more of something that you are not. Because I don't think you're meant to be like a content machine, you know? The things that you write and make matter. And the algorithms favor people that are consistent and just pumping out content. Like, you're not making content, you're making art. Like, you're expressing yourself, and you're, like, putting a lot of who you are as an individual into, like, this thing. But the industry just wants to market the shit out of it and, like, make you a piece of, like, a cog of the murder machine, pretty much. Like, not to get dramatic, but, like, yeah, it's just, I don't know, man. Like, I think
they're looking for the next person who can do it better.
I think there's hope for people who do it for the right reasons. And when I say that, I mean, like, because it feels good and, like, they like doing it. Because then they're not in competition with everyone else. They're not in competition with, like, people who are working the industry, people who are Nepo babies, or people who are, like, you know, making their music thrive because they have a shit ton of money from mommy and daddy. Like, you know, those people can never lose because, not the Nepo babies, but, like, the people who just do it because it's fun, they can never lose because they're not in a race. Like, I feel like a lot of people are just in a race right now, and I don't know how it's gonna go away when even people like Twitch streamers, it's so easy to be like, I can just play a video game and make money and I can stream, that's what I'll do. And it's like, they don't realize that, like, it's a shit ton of hours. It's a shit ton of being, like, original and
you have to be recognizable.
Recognizable, entertaining. Being an entertainer is so fucking hard.
Yeah.
Like, I struggle during my Twitch streams, like, because I don't know what the fuck to say. I just want to play the game or do the thing and not speak. And then, like, I'll have people be like, is your mic muted when I'm writing a track? I'm like, no, I just don't want to say anything. I'm focused on the track. But I don't know. I feel like there's hope if people kind of move on. Ironically, if people just kind of move away from social media and just focus on the art part and then just upload shit and, like, leave it to the universe to, like, show it to people and, like, for people to find them, I think it'll be less of what's the word? Like, there'll be way less, like, expectation of you and, like, I don't know. Yeah, expectation. Like, you just have fun. So. I don't know. I want it to be that way, you know. Like I want it to be not so dystopian. It's just a lot of these apps out there is shaping younger people's minds to feel like they need to be a certain way and a certain thing in an unnaturally consistent way where it's like you're not making music, you're a content creator. Like that's not what it is. Like that's your art. That means something. You should think about it longer, and you should like put more care and honesty into it. That way it like speaks for itself when people find it. Because people are smart nowadays. They're not stupid. Like people will know when you're faking it and when you're not giving a shit. Like people can tell now.
Pull the door.
Yeah, I don't know. I can only have high hopes for the future because I feel like people aren't so disillusioned by the beat grinder pretty much that they'll lose sight of like what's important. Like I have faith that people will figure that out. Whether it's like AI shit or trying to make an industry, like I feel like the right people will set a standard for other people to follow so the art can live on, I don't know if that's a loaded answer, but it's hard, man. Like, I don't know. It's so up in the air. Shit. Anything could happen. Yeah.
Personally, I agree with the whole algorithm thing. Like,
it's rough, dude.
Because
it's hard. How do you beat a system that rewards people who do the thing better than you when you're not trying to do that? You're just trying to do the thing because it's fun. Like, it's rough.
Yeah.
And that fucks with people. It fucks with their creativity so fucking hard. Because all you're able to do is compare yourself to these other people because the algorithm makes it so. They'll put in your face this really big person who has like content that, is in their own league. You shouldn't even be comparing yourself to them because you're doing your own thing. But like, because the algorithm throws shit at you constantly, especially when you death scroll on like Instagram, on Twitter and TikTok, like it really just fucks with people. It really does. The human brain was not meant to compare and contrast themselves to the world. And that's what the internet does. Like, because once you're on the internet, it's like, it's not like in your local scene where it's like, oh, I'm in a group of artists and we have a club together. It's like, it's you and the fucking planet. And people's level and skill cap is so varied. Like, how can you not feel like you're doing enough when, like, you have to compare yourself to the fucking world? And, like, it's rough. Like, I agree. The algorithm sucks.
To add on to that, you're not only being compared to the world, you're being compared to the best of the world because they only put up the best in the top of the feed.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, it's very unrealistic for the average person. But the average person is good enough for the community.
Even good enough for themselves.
Good
enough
like,
for themselves.
On a personal scale or a small scale, right?
It's just so unbelievably hard to see that as a young person because who doesn't want to feel validated? Like, who doesn't want to make friends? Who doesn't want to be liked, Like, who doesn't want to feel like an individual? Like, that's just such a normal thing for a young person to want. Even right now, man, like, there are totally people my age who want to still stand out and still want to make a difference. But, like, it's really hard when the algorithms are pushing so hard for, like, bullshit. Like, and I don't know. Maybe I'm aged like cheese, but I don't know. It's for real. Like, it's hard, man. Like, it is an entity, the algorithm, that does not have a face. It does not have a name. It is just a thing that permeates everything you touch online. And if you're a creator online, it will hit you. And like, if you don't have, the backbone and the like inner understanding of that's what's happening, you're going to compare yourself and you're going to hate your fucking work. Even if it's fucking great. Even if it's like just fine and like you are happy with it. It just, the way it pushes it on you, man, is like you can't help but compare. It sucks. It happens to me, shit. Yeah, I feel that. That's what's happening right fucking now. And people aren't realizing that's happening to them because they're just seeing what's in front of them. They don't know what these algorithms are doing to them. They don't know what these mega corporations are investing money to put in front of your fucking face to make you feel shitty about yourself, to make you feel like what you're doing is not worth it. Like, it is a nameless beast that you can only be aware of and like work around. But like, there are people out there who just don't know and they get caught in the trap and then they're fucked. they don't want to write anymore. They don't want to draw anymore. They don't want to take pictures anymore. They don't want to do like video documentaries or like whatever like they want to do. Like it's just they give up. And they don't even know why they want to give up. It's just like fuck. Sorry, what was your other thing you were gonna say? Sorry.
No, I agree with going way back about the human brain and what we can take as a capacity.
Oh, yeah.
I wanted to say that not only that, but the amount of relevant information that we can take is very small.
That shit's limited.
It is, right?
Yeah.
You can see everything, but the amount that you'll remember and it'll be useful is very small. So if you spend like an hour a day scrolling for like a month, that retention is small. Yeah, you're not going to remember most of it.
That don't doom scroll, you fucker. Like don't. Like you're not.
But I know it's not negatively impacting.
You're not looking for it is. You don't realize that. You are looking for fucking nothing. You're looking for something to occupy your time or memes.
I am the memes.
You're looking for a chuckle for like an endorphin or like a serotonin boost. Dopamine hit. Like that you are playing the lottery or pachinko for a dopamine hit.
I get some good memes though.
They are funny, so it's not like I can argue that, but like, don't do it for so fucking long.
I know.
You gotta
I do
something
before bed.
else. That's even worse. You're not supposed to do it before bed. It's bedtime. You're supposed to go to sleep.
It's just an hour every day.
Even 15 minutes of death scrolling is so much, man. Like it is. You don't realize how much your brain is processing and taking in and trying to like relegate and like put together. Like it's nothing. It's just slop. You're just eating potato chip content.
Grade A meme.
And yes,
Grade
yes,
B
you
meme.
will find a good meme. And yes, it's funny. And yes, you're totally valid to feel that way. That's fair. But like, if you're like doom scrolling and like you're like, I don't even know why I'm doing it. It's like,
Yeah.
you're
No,
trying
I
to get
give up at that
dopamine
point.
hit.
No, I
Like,
give up at that point.
I don't know how to say it. Maybe I'm just getting old. Someone like that in my day. I don't know.
Y'all don't look that old. Can I ask?
32.
You're not that old.
30.
I feel old.
You're not that old.
I am 30.
Yeah, but
feel it.
you don't look.
Oh, I definitely don't look 30.
You do
No.
not look
Yeah.
30.
No.
I know I look kind of young, so I know I don't look my age, but I feel that shit. Feel my legs.
Oh, is it the thing, the legendary get out of bed and you feel it in your knees?
Dude, once I hit 30, everyone was beaming like, when you hit 30, your body is gonna pop or like do something in some way you've never felt
Honestly,
before, and you're gonna know you're 30.
It did it to me.
Sure enough, I twisted my hip in some way. It was the loudest crack of my life. I was like, oh shit, I'm 30. Holy fuck. I'm starting to be a big old skeleton man now. Yeah, definitely. But yeah, I don't know. TLDR, yeah, the way media is consumed right now is extremely unhealthy. Like extremely. Feel that.
Okay, you got a blank canvas. You said a lot of things. Maybe a few things escaped your mind, and you want to go back to it, or maybe you have something you just really want to say.
Yeah.
The floor is both the floors. It can be as irrelevant or as dialed in as you want.
October 21st, new Ghost Aid album.
New Ghost
Check
Data
it out
album.
everywhere. Featuring Aural Umbra on track 4.
Yeah.
Consume content
Consume.
as long as it's mine.
Consume.
Give me your monies. I'm just kidding. But yeah, new album out. Go check it out. Check out Aural Umbra on everywhere.
Yeah. I have an EP coming out December 13th.
New EP December 13th.
It's not announced yet,
Nice.
but yeah.
Right now.
But now it is.
Now it is.
Now it is.
Now
It's
the people
official
know,
now.
yeah.
It's official now.
I guess one last thing I could say to the people: just have fun. Like,
Oh my God, yes.
if you
Don't
you
do
take-
it for clout.
if you take this shit too seriously, you're just gonna hate yourself. Just have fun. No one else's opinion matters about your shit. No one. Not even your biggest inspiration. Like, fuck what Deadmau5 thinks about my music. Like, fuck what Porter Robinson thinks about my music, or Purity Ring, or Bjork, or any of my huge inspirations. I don't give a shit. Like, I like my shit, and that's enough for me. Make it enough for you. You'll never be disappointed.
Fully concur. Everything except.
Indubitably so. Yes.
I need a cigar.
I just want a glass of water.
Okay.
I hope that was good.
Last question.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is to wrap it all up. Okay, looking back on your entire journey, I just want you to feel a little bit of gratefulness. Who would you like to thank?
I'll start.
You go ahead. I'll think on it.
I'd like to thank you.
Me?
Yeah.
Little old me?
You got me into making music.
I did?
Literally, yeah. You bought me FL Studio. And
I
told
did?
Me,
Really?
Yeah, you did.
I forgot. I'm sorry.
You bought me a FL Studio, and
Hell
you're like,
yeah.
hey, dude, you can write. You literally hear the thing in every music. Write something.
Hell yeah.
And I was like, okay. And, you know, it wasn't the greatest thing of what I wrote.
It never is. Everyone
I mean,
sucks in the beginning.
But
It's
who
so
cares?
Okay. It's okay.
I still have a track out. One of my first ever like completed tracks is Haunted. It's a progressive house track. I'm still super proud of it. It's like one of the first ones I ever wrote that I was extremely proud of, and I'll forever leave it up. I'm not going to delete it.
Fair.
But yeah, I wouldn't have gotten into music if it weren't for him. He gave me that push, and I feel like every artist should give you that push in terms of like, you know, having a creative output, whether it be music, art, or, you know, content creation as a whole. I feel like people need that push and that to get that drive to get themselves going of like that shit. So.
Honestly, I have my friends to thank. Like, not to get too dark, but like, yeah, I would not be alive right now if it wasn't for some of my friends like Patrick. He makes music as Kindrid, Umbra, Hunter. I wouldn't be here without talking to my friend Andre. He helped me realize a lot of really insane things about some people I used to talk to. Like, it's just, if I didn't have these really important people in my life, I just would not exist anymore. And like, I have to thank them for like keeping me alive. Like, I would not be here. Like, it'd be a very different world if I didn't have my close friends, you know? Like, so I'm very thankful for Hunter, Patrick, Andre, just keep me alive, making it worth it.
Not that him.
Peace. Yeah, that shit would hurt. Oh, also, thanks FL Studio for existing.
Yeah!
Love y'all.
Best DAW ever.
Thanks. Thanks for the Fruit Loops. I have been using it for 12 years. I like it. Sponsor me.
Hell yeah.
I love y'all. I'll suck FL dick. I don't care. That's it.
All right. Thank you, gentlemen. That was a really, really good one.
Yeah. Thanks for asking really good questions.
Yeah, that's super fun.
Yeah. Usually it's just like, what made you do? Yeah. Thanks for asking really good questions.
Yeah, that's super fun.
Yeah. Usually it's just like, what made you do?